Hey Aquarius, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. Happy Halloween everybody. It's Halloween night. I'm just chilling out. I thought I would do another reading for you guys. This is just a general reading, so please keep that in mind, okay? Only take messages that do resonate for you, leave the rest for others. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can contact me below in the description box to set that up. And thank you so much, all of my fellow Aquarians. I've got a lot of new subscribers, so welcome. My name is Alex. For any of you who are new to the channel, thank you for hitting the like, share, subscribe, your donations and support, all that stuff. I really do appreciate. Okay, let's see, Aquarius, what is happening with you guys? I just booked a trip today, and I will be in Florida. I know I have a lot of Floridian customers who I've read for, some of you. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to announce personal readings down there, because I have to figure out a location that's mutually public and you know, comfortable for everybody. So, but I will be down there. So anyways, just thought I'd mention that. Yeah, I have read for clients abroad and I'm happy to do that, but we'll see. I do need to recharge. So I'm just keep that in your back pocket. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on with you guys? Page of Cups with the Queen of Wands. The Sun. This has been coming out a lot. I think there's a lot of happier times ahead here for a lot of people. Yeah, the Eight of Cups, but it requires you to walk away from something here, Aquarius. I think what I feel here with this Page of Cups with the Queen of Wands, it's like we're trying to get salt water out of a river, okay? We're trying to get something that doesn't exist. We're trying to get a friend that's not wanting to be our friend. We're trying to get love from someone who can't give love. We're expecting someone to see things or do things the way maybe you want that to be. You have a lot of fire energy here, so you could be dealing with a Leo, maybe Sag or Aries. But I feel like the Queen of Wands here is looking at this little Page of Cups being like, is it that, you know, show up with something here. And I do feel that somebody here, you know, it's not that somebody doesn't maybe have feelings for you or doesn't have friendship for you or doesn't have something in life to offer you, but it doesn't feel that it's, you know, matching up to what your expectations are, what you need, what you really want out of a friendship or out of a relationship. I'm actually, you know, sometimes you have to do a little bit of housekeeping and sort of inventory on the people in your life to see that you're both showing up for each other in the way that you want. And there could be a little bit of walking away here with the Eight of Cups saying, okay, that's fine. Don't put any high expectations or pressures on people, but follow where you feel happiest here, Aquarius. It's like I've had experiences with this myself where I'm not going to ask them or tell this person or friendship to show up in a certain way. I'm just going to lean towards the people and the things that make me happy. It's as simple as that. But let's just check in on that. Tell me about this little page. Two of Swords. See, they may not even know any better. They may not even know what you need, Aquarius. They may be like, I didn't even know you. I thought I was being available. I thought I was being loving. I thought I was being a good friend. They could be very innocent with this Page of Cups, Two of Swords. It feels like somebody here is actually maybe a little more innocent than Aquarius is sort of putting the bit of the grill on them. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. This could be in a role as well, Aquarius. Let's say you are, this could be a role in the workplace where you are wanting maybe it's an employee, let's just say. Maybe this Queen of Wands runs director of something. Maybe she expects somebody to show up in a different way or in a more involved way. Maybe someone is just there to catch a paycheck and go home. Maybe they have no emotional involvement. They don't really care about making decisions or doing things that make them think more than they need to. And I feel like that's one of the things that you're dealing with as a person that doesn't necessarily, they don't think, I mean, Aquariuses, we are very, very always thinking around the corner and up and down and inside out. It's like we always think that people should think like us sometimes. And that's not fair. You know, it's really not a fair thing to expect others to be the way you want them to be or the way that you are. But some people, include this particular individual you're dealing with, I don't think that they think of the things that you're thinking of. And that's very common in a workplace where you're like, how did you not know this? And they just don't. 7 of Swords. You may start to get resentments either from this person or you towards them. I think that a little bit of, again, you're holding something against them maybe. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. We got the 5 of Swords, so you could be testing this person, testing to see. The Ace of Wands. You could really start to irritate a person here, Aquarius, or be irritated if someone is testing you. I think that anything is possible, and you may, you could have a glimmer of hope or something with this person or situation if they start to feel or think differently. Ace of Wands. You see so much potential. That's the other thing, right? It's the classic try not to date or look at somebody's potential. See it for who they are and what they are right now. Because you're seeing things in a very optimistic light. The Sun, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands. You're seeing a situation like this could be so amazing. This could be so good. This is such a great idea. This could be a great business venture. This could be a great relationship. This could be, and I feel like it's like you're investing in the possibilities or the potential in a person or a situation. And it's like, again, we've got a Page of Cups with a 2 of Swords. They're a little bit blind, maybe asleep. If you want to really, you could be dealing with someone who's not quite awake to the level that you're at. So the 8 of Cups is saying, you know what, it's up to you to make this decision here to follow your happiness, seek greater things if that's what you need in life. Seek what makes you happy. You have shined light maybe, okay? So the thing is, Aquarius, is I would encourage compassion and shine light on this individual, okay, or the situation. Have compassion for people who are not where you're wanting them to be or where you're at. Remember that you might have been at their place at one point in life. So compassion is important, because I feel like there's some love cards. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, you can support them in ways that don't necessarily expect anything in return. And you're going to have to change your tune here. You're going to have to go after whatever it is that you want that's going to return what you need. Okay, you're not going to invest your money in a 0% bond or fund or investment. You're going to invest your time and energy in something that's going to give you the percentage that you need, the risk level that you're willing to take. You need what you need. That's what you have to maybe consider looking at here. Tell me about the 8 of Cups. I'm just curious. What's this 8 of Cups? What is the insight or the reason, or what would help Aquarius in this? Because sometimes you don't want to. That's the thing. 8 of Cups, we don't want to. Ace of Pentacles. Okay? So again, it's like, as I said, seek the investment. Seek the thing that is paying off for you, where you feel energized, rewarded, paid for. You feel like this is worth my value. This is worth my time. You're expecting something out of someone that just can't give you what you want or what you deserve or what you need. Put it in the category that you feel. Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. What else? I'm going to leave that there, Aquarius. What are we at? 10 minutes already. I'm going to leave that there. I want to just see if there's any other messages, okay? I think that's a pretty straightforward. We're not going to sit here and play the blame game and point the finger at somebody and they did this and this and that. No, we're going to leave it at that. See it for who they are. See it for what they're showing you now. Don't look at the potential in a person, because potential is a possibility, not a guarantee. So let's take a look here. What else does Aquarius need to know today? What's the message? What would help them? Eight of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Some of you are working your way through some financial change or difficulties. Okay, there's a busyness here about, there could be people who are missing you, Aquarius. There could be people who are feeling like they feel left out. Okay, you might be very, very busy accomplishing something or doing you right now. Your focus is somewhere because you're working through the changes. That's the thing, right? See, you're working through what you need to grow out of or grow into or change. And you're putting in this time and energy and effort. And you may have even made a cancellation. You may have said, listen, I can't, or I'm busy, or I had a late night, or I need a me day. And I feel like some people are kind of feeling a little misfortunate or left out. But I do think some of you are putting the effort and the energy towards your financial goals, getting into a place that's stable. Maybe you're spending a little more than you have, but you want to do something with that. Maybe the world, like travel. Like me, today I booked a trip. I spent more than I thought I was going to, but hey, it'll come around. It works out. So there is something here that, again, you're working through something that you are going through a cycle here, Aquarius. And I think that there is you're plugging away at getting through a struggle or a challenge or a financial overcoming some changes. Again, when it comes to travel, not that I'm tying myself into the reading, but the World card is right there. It's nothing I'm not focusing on myself. It's general energy. But some of you may have spent a little more than you needed to. But this is about new beginnings. Why did that World come out? Usually readings never relate to me, by the way. I give examples of my life, but these readings do not apply to me. Not usually. Or little tidbits. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, so you're definitely ending or exiting something here that is difficult, Aquarius. Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords surrounded by the World card. So this ending that you're going through hasn't been easy. It's been a costly one. It's been an exhausting one. It's been a difficult ending for you. But again, I think the biggest thing is that your tenacity at working through something, keeping the effort going, determined to come out ahead, determined to come out with your head held high, head above water kind of feeling. Is there anything else around that World card? Yeah, see? Six of Wands. I knew it. You want to come out with your head held high. You want to come out saying, I made it through that. Some of you, you're okay. Here's the thing, Aquarius. I think some of you are okay with an ending to something, but you'd like to do it in a way that is like, okay, you realize that something's not working out here. Maybe it's something to do financially. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's I don't know. But you don't want to go out with like, you want to go out with a bit of, I did my best, I tried. It's almost like you're celebrating your exit versus being like, oh, I got to close up shop and hide and run out of here. You know, I think you want to say, closing out sale, come celebrate with me, come do my thing. Thank you for everyone's business or support or this relationship. You know, it's like you don't want you'd want to. It's almost like somebody who's announcing to a family saying, "Listen, Jack and Jill, we didn't work it out. It didn't work out. We're still going to be friends. We're still going to be amicable. We're still going to take care of the kids, but we want to have a formal, respectful exit here, and we're moving on." It feels like that to me, where you honor the person or the situation that you are exiting, that you know is, it can appear like we failed, but you're making it come out in like a win and saying, okay, well, I tried and I'm going to keep my head held high and I'm going to work through this situation that I'm doing, because you made the best of it. You made the best of a situation here, Aquarius, that was ultimately very difficult for you and maybe very painful. But you're saying, hey, I tried. I still left. I wish them well. You go out with a bang here. The thing is, Aquarius, is that it's kind of trailing backwards here in your reading, because you're moving on, you're letting go, you're walking away, you're ending something, and you're following where you're really kind of wanting to be for yourself, what makes you happy, where do you see opportunities, what is the possibilities. It's like you can't be, instead of focusing on what the potential is in someone else, focus on the potential in your future, your life, your path. What is potential for you? Forget about what's potential in someone else. Let them see that for themselves, and let them see that for you. You know, if they don't see the potential in you, they're not going to see it in themselves. So there's a thing here, Aquarius, that what's next? You know, what's the potential for you? And you always wish you always wish the best for that other thing that closes out. Some of you, I'm just getting the word dropout. Dropout, I know we say that. I don't know. Did you drop out of school? Did you drop out of a situation? Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like you dropped out of something because you were like, that's your way of resolving the issue. You could have said, you know what, I'm out. I'd rather resolve the problem by just removing myself from the situation. Five of Wands in reverse, kind of like a peaceful conflict. Again, it's peaceful resolution. It's confliction that we don't really want to blow it up into something bigger than it already is. And we're going to try to like smooth this over and like drop out, leave, let go. Again, you're making a success of yourself regardless. You're making something the best of it regardless. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope this message helps. I'm going to do a Wisdom of the Tao card. You have strong Leo. I'll just leave it there. Well, you have a lot of fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag, but definitely the sun being Leo. Just keep working away here, Aquarius, plugging away at what is really difficult for you, because it's like that's going to come to a close. It's going to come to a close here. There's an end of a cycle for something better for you. Who told me that? I think it was one of my Reiki teachers, a lady that I see for Reiki. She was like, Alex, whatever you don't like in someone else is usually a reflection of what you don't like in yourself. whatever you don't like in someone else, it's because you don't like that in yourself. And I was trying to find, like, I knew it applied at the time. I can't think of the exact example. But anyways, something to ponder on. That's what I'm getting here with that Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, Ace of Wands. Because usually when you think about it, what we like in others, we like in ourselves too, right? What we appreciate in other people, it's because we're familiar with recognizing what we like. So that's interesting. Thunder, awakening. I said that earlier to you guys, that somebody here may not be at the same awakened level as you. The spring thunder awakens the land. Auspicious energy from the east brings vigorous growth to all that you have planted in life. Cast off the energy that no longer serves you and create new strategies. Finalize your ideas, get moving. There's no time to waste. And I think that's what you're doing. I just finished saying this, Aquarius. You're casting off the energy that no longer serves you and you're creating new strategies. That's literally what this reading is about. So you're shaking things up a little bit. You may have rumbled, somebody else in a way. You could have created a little bit of friction or thunder there. That Seven of Swords could be a little bit, irking or starting to form a resentment type of thing. And it's that Five of Wands in reverse. Let me see if that comes up. Eight of Swords. But you're like removing yourself. Okay, Aquarius. I hope this reading helps. It feels a little repetitive. I don't know why. I don't know who I've been reading a lot lately, so it feels a little repetitive, but I hope it helps. Thank you so much for hitting the like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.